Published, 1745 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 25th of May 2018. Updated, 1747 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 25th of May 2018. Aston Villa's surge to the precipice of a Premier League return has been built on the strength provided by Steve Bruce, but ahead of the game that will decide Villa's fate, the manager gave a glimpse of the brittleness he has battled through crushing bereavement. Bruce knew the question was coming. He steeled himself to talk about losing both parents within the space of 88 days. Emotion, though, took control. Steve Bruce reflects on a difficult season ahead of Aston Villa's championship playoff final and the industry we're in. There is so much negativity and so-called bad people around everywhere, Bruce began. So when something happens like what's happened to me, with how cruel it is, then the number of messages of support and cards I've had has been quite remarkable. The football world then feels for you, because to lose your mum and dad in a matter of 6 weeks has been the most traumatic experience that anybody could cope with. My mum always enjoyed Wembley, so she would have been getting her outfit. The rawness of Bruce's feelings burst out and the tears fell. His mother Sheena only died earlier this month, and her funeral was held the day after the second leg of the playoff semi-final against Middlesbrough. Bruce's mother's funeral was a day after the second leg of the playoff semi-final with Borge's father Joe passed in February. But amid the personal ordeal, Bruce has maintained a remarkable level of professional focus. Ribena was the strongest stuff to hand as Bruce opened up this week, but he took a grateful sip before continuing. My dad wouldn't have gone to Wembley. He'd have said, "I can't stand all that crap, Steve. I don't know how you stand there." My mum loved Wembley though. She was a total one-off and my biggest supporter. She was terrific. Many of Villa's players have spoken about their desire to win promotion for Bruce, who has restored pride at a club that was in danger of the double dip suffered by Sunderland when he took charge. In October 2016, at Bruce's appointment, Villa had not won away in the league for 432 days, were 2 points above the drop zone in 19th, and had a disjointed squad struggling with the effects of a desperate relegation. Bruce committed high wages on players like Robert Snodgrass, but stuck to a tight budget. Some of the stats were just absolutely ridiculous, said Bruce. I remember speaking to the technical director, Steve Brown, during the first game against Wolves and thought, oh, wow, Steve agreed with me. We've got to stop the rot here and just keep the club in the championship. That's how low I thought it had got. Slowly but surely we have tried to change it around. I realized I needed people who can handle playing for Aston Villa. With the demand and intensity of a big club, Bruce was able to commit high wages on players like John Terry and Robert Snodgrass, but his transfer spend has been required to break even amid financial fair play regulations. His formula has largely worked, and Villa face Fulham with a starting lineup stocked with experience of such occasions. Bruce himself has twice won the championship playoff final, with Birmingham in 2002 and Hull in 2016. Jack Grealish is set to be the youngest but possibly most influential member of the team at 22. Jack Grealish is set to be the youngest but possibly most influential member of the team. He has starred at Wembley before, and Bruce was not about to downplay his creative force. There's a certain maturity to him now, said Bruce. He works out in the gym after training. I've said, well, David Beckham used to do 12K in games, you get nowhere near it. All of a sudden, I bet you if ever I can get there on Saturday, and he's away, tackling people. I heard a radio debate on the England team and I'd have thought he might have had an outside chance. They're all talking about Ryan Sessegnon, which I can understand, but Jack's got that ability to get you off your seat by going past somebody, which is quite unique in this country. He does it so naturally, turns both ways. I really hope on the big stage he can go and perform. The Villa manager claims Grealish has matured since his last visit to Wembley. Bruce has banished thoughts of failure from his mind, but knows that another season in the Championship would mean a further window of balancing books, and his team looking totally different come August. But on the flip side, taking a club of Villa's stature back into the big league would represent a significant achievement in a rich career for the 57-year-old, particularly given recent private heartbreak. "I've worked all my life to have an opportunity at a big club and I've not been disappointed with it," he said. Whether it would be the best achievement, how do you judge it? Maybe the most satisfying with what has happened in my personal life, of course, but certainly I've enjoyed the challenge. It is a fantastic club with a great support. I'm privileged to manage it, I really am.